So, headed to go get my oldest son, and just sitting here thinking about a lady who said when her mom died, she wished she had something to just help her get out of bed each day. And man, I remember that feeling of when my mom died, and that's really it's really hard to just motivate yourself to do anything. Mine only lasted like a few days, mostly because at the time I was a single mom, low income, and I had to go to work. Like, there was no option. Like, I had to go to work. My son had to go to school. My friends and family also had to go to work, so there was nobody that could keep my son for me to just sit in bed. But for those people who, that's not their story, I think about that moment that you're literally numb, and there's really nothing that will get you out of bed. Like, you have to have an internal motivation or someone close to you encouraging you, and I mean close like they're in your home, encouraging you to get out of bed and to do stuff. Like, you can't just do it on your own. And I think a lot of that is why I stress about having community and building strong relationships, because that's difficult when you're dealing with a death, especially of a parent. I couldn't imagine a child, even like after having a miscarriage. It's not the same. An early miscarriage versus a more later one, when you're attached to the baby, or when the child is actually here and you have that child, you're living with that child. It's very different. So what I will say to all of you who are struggling just to get out of bed each day, start with brushing your teeth. That's it. Get up, brush your teeth, wash your face. And if that's all you can do, then just do that until you can add on to the task of your day. Dealing with death is not easy. Dealing with loss is probably one of the hardest things you're going to deal with in life. And no one can tell you when you will be ready to face life but you. No one can force you out of any feelings that you have but you. And you have to be motivated and want to make those changes, want to feel better, and just want to just live again. It's very hard to get to that rebuilding stage. It's hard to find acceptance in tragedy. We can be positive all day long, but when do we just allow ourselves to feel our feelings? Because our feelings are valid and we have the right to feel them. We cannot continue to walk around with these capes and masks on, acting like everything is okay when we're not okay. It's in those moments when we lay in bed and we sit there and we let those days go by that we allow ourselves to just be, let our heart and our mind process what has happened, that we can then move on to that next moment. So take your time. No one's rushing you but you. And if there is someone rushing you, tell them to be quiet. You don't need that kind of drama. You don't need that kind of stress. You don't need that kind of pressure. That's a whole lot to handle. And until they go through what you've been through, they will not understand. So I encourage you all to just be. Start small, moment by moment. You have a good moment, yay. You have a bad moment, that's okay too. So be well.